Rosie, last year I went to Seoul, which is the capital of South Korea. You walk down the street and you have one of their national specialty snack food, which is a Hotteok. It's great. It's basically like a pancake. And I'm going to put together the filling to start with. And what I've got here is red bean paste. It looks sort of like Vegemite, but it's nice and soft. And what I've got here, you can get this in any Oriental grocery store. And if you haven't got this, you could use some jam if you wanted to. But be careful because the inside of it will be really, really hot. Now, I'm going to give you this fork here and I'm going to add the rest of the things. Just start mashing it up.
You got it.
I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon here, but be careful. Cinnamon is also quite strong and powerful.
Yep.
So just a little quarter of a teaspoon. Now we need to sweeten it up and make it even more delicious. And I've got some of this sugar here, which is brown sugar.
Coconut sugar or brown sugar?
Brown sugar. And it's brown like this, which means it's wholemeal, which means it's very, very good for you. High in fibre and all those lovely things. In we go. Now I've got some pistachio nut here. I got the whole pistachios and I ground them down with my bar mix, just up and down until I got this pistachio meal.
Or a mortar and pestle.
Exactly, you could do that or just chop it up, but I think it's gorgeous, just like this.
I love that colour.
In it goes. In fact, I'll just chuck the whole lot of it in.
Yep.
About a quarter of a cup of pistachio. And if you don't have pistachio, you could use almond, you can use just about any other nut that you want. And just to lubricate it and make it delicious, I've got some maple syrup. I'm going to pour some of that in there, probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons, but do save some for pouring on the Hotteok pancakes right at the end.
Got it.
And you can see I'm getting it to work that really, really well. It doesn't take long to mix together, and you can make this beforehand, pop it in the fridge, it'll keep forever because there's so much sugar in it. Have a little taste of it just to make sure that you're mixing it properly. There we go. Have a little taste like that.
Well, maybe I'll try to.
That is delicious. It's really nice and sweet.
Wow.
Is that good?
Yeah.
There we go. Mix it all there. Now, what we're going to do is put this aside because we've got to make our yeast dough. Now, to make the yeast dough, what I'm going to do is use my Magimix Cook Expert. It'll knead the dough, mix it around, and I'll also use it to prove it. Now, what I'm going to do is put, which I already have, is my 2.5 cups of plain flour straight in the bowl there, and I'm going to add my yeast. And if you have a look at this yeast, I've let it prove or let it activate.
Yep.
I put some yeast, a pinch of sugar, a pinch of flour in there and some warm water, and it bubbles up like this. This is really important. It activates the yeast, gets everything going so that when it hits the flour and makes a nice dough, it's ready to go.
Full of B vitamins as well, that one.
B vitamins, it smells great.
Yeah,
there we go. And what I'm going to do is pour that straight into there like that. I'll make sure I scrape out and get every single bit of it because you want it to be nice and fluffy. Yep. Now what we're going to do is pop the lid straight on there, Rosie, and lock it into place. You just select the dough, press OK again, and get it turning around. I'm going to pour in some warm milk through the top here till it becomes a nice soft dough, and then all we need to do is hit the other button, get it kneading, and we'll have a beautiful dough. And then of course I'll play around with it, get the expert mode and let it prove at 35 degrees Celsius until it comes up, which takes about 40 minutes. Okay, Rosie, you can see they're balled up nicely and reasonably even too. I thought sometimes when I do this, they're all out of whack, but we got them almost bang on. Now, once they've proved a little bit, they've risen up just a tiny bit, what I'm going to do is show you how we stuff them. Yep. And with my thumb and forefinger, I just sort of move it around like this and open it up. And it's a good idea to have someone to help you because if you do this by yourself, you get stickiness on your fingers and it gets all over the place. So I'll get you to put a little bit of half a teaspoon in there, not quite that much. That's perfect. That's beautiful.
There we go.
It looks like we're putting Nutella in here.
It does.
Now, what I'll do, Rosie, is just carefully pinch that together and pull it up. And I've already got my my pan here. It's a really good pan, Swiss Diamond. It's non-stick, so I only need a touch of oil. So all I want to do is put a tiny bit of oil just to get it going at the start. And I've got it on a medium heat, which is really important. What I'm going to do, Rosie, is pop this onto the pan like this, and we'll do another couple. What we do is let it sit like that and cook till it's nice and golden. Then I'll turn it over and give it a push down with the back of this little device here and flatten it out. Now, I've got some maple syrup over the top because I can, and I love maple syrup. And apparently, maple syrup is also low GI, which means it's very good for you.
Lower GI.
Some icing, sugar on top like that.
Anymore.
And I'm going to grab some of this here, which is a mint leaf, pop it right in the middle. There you go, bang in the middle like that. Grab your knife and fork, and I want you to tuck into this. Tell me what you think of it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And you can see it steaming through the middle.
It really is.
It smells great, doesn't it?
It smells really good.
Oh.
Oh, it's really lovely, isn't it?
It's nice and sweet. I mean, the maple syrup's overdoing it a little bit, but That's me, isn't it? It's got a little bit of
I
chew
can
to
still
it.
taste the pistachio, yeah.
It's great.
Lovely.
The red bean paste holds it together really well. I love it with the maple syrup, but you could do anything you want with it. You could even have it with kimchi and duck if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's
but I
very
think this is a cracker.
interesting. Love it.
You know what, Rosie? I reckon these are pretty good. And my onion bhaji, I reckon, was pretty good as well.
Your onion bhaji was delicious, and this is very, very interesting, but I'm sorry, but my udon soup was right up there. Absolutely gorgeous.
It was up there, but not as far up there as this.